The media and political world went haywire after James Comey sent his famous or now infamous letter to Capitol Hill 9 days before the election, opening up a new inquiry about Hillary Clinton emails, Anthony Weiner's laptop. I mean, who could resist that story? It got a wall-to-wall coverage, and it should have gotten wall-to-wall coverage because it was this explosion at the end of a campaign, the FBI seemingly inserting itself. And I remember saying on the air at the time, look, when we find out what's in these emails, we didn't know there would be 650,000 at the time, this could be very incriminating for Hillary Clinton, or it could be a nothing burger. I had no idea. Nobody had any idea. The FBI didn't have any idea. Well, now we have a November surprise that kind of takes away the October surprise. I mean, who thought that less than 48 hours before the voting begins on Election Day that Comey would send another letter saying, in effect, never mind, didn't find anything, still keeping the investigation of Hillary Clinton closed, that most of those untold number of emails on the Weiner computer were either duplicates that the FBI had already reviewed or personal stuff. So, again, we have this sort of almost getting vertigo from the partisan flopping, because back in July, when Comey declined to bring criminal charges against Hillary Clinton, of course, the liberals said he was a great man and a brave man, and conservatives thought it was terrible, and Donald Trump started talking about the system being rigged, and Hillary Clinton shouldn't be even allowed to run, and lock her up became a chant at many of his rallies. Well, when Comey then did his thing on October 28th, Trump had a new attack line, certainly. He started talking about how if Hillary Clinton were to win the election, there could be a constitutional crisis if some kind of charges were brought against her. And he said that Comey had great guts to revisit the original decision in the light of new evidence. And, of course, people on the left were suddenly crying foul. Some of the very same people, Nancy Pelosi and others, would praise Jim Comey, now thought that he was just a terrible guy, politicizing the election and all of that. Now with this latest move, I know it's all really hard to follow. You have criticism on the left for everything that Comey did. You have criticism on the right. I mean, he's made nobody happy. He really has sort of hurt his own image and that of the FBI. But what's the impact on the campaign as voters go to the polls today? Well, I think you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. We had several days of intensive coverage about Hillary Clinton emails, bringing the whole corruption issue up. She dropped in the polls. There was already a tightening starting even before Comey made his initial move, and that had an effect. In fact, there are some people who think that even with Comey, in effect, clearing her for a second time, that doesn't help Hillary Clinton because it brings the whole email topic to the fore. It reminds people of the whole mess at a time when she preferred to be talking about Donald Trump and trying to make the case for her own candidacy. At this point, obviously, it is baked into the cake. People who don't like Hillary Clinton or think that she should have faced criminal charges in the email investigation, probably not voting for her anyway. People who have the opposite view, probably supporting Hillary Clinton anyway. But man, that is just such a dizzying end to a dizzying and crazy campaign. And now after all the polls and the prognostications and the punditry on steroids and all the color-coded maps, we actually get to see, we hope, who's going to win this thing. And I'll see you from New York on Fox on election night.